Hello, everyone. Mike Arend here, the Soul Mechanic, with another episode of This Is Your Life. Yes, I know that I haven't really had any episodes entitled that. However, I wanted to talk to you today. I've been away a little bit. I just recently came back from a trip to Europe with three other good friends of mine. We've been high school chums for many, many years. So I guess that's about 46 years that I've known these fellows. And we had an absolutely wonderful time. I have of German descent, and two of my friends are from Dutch descent, and another from the UK. So we kind of stopped in every spot and had a great time. Um, Although I realized something while I was on the trip. Now, previously, I had, I was introduced to alcohol at a very early age, let's say perhaps 13, 14, with a little bit of wine at dinner with my folks and that sort of thing. And I remember they were having a party. It was quite a large party. And I decided to pour myself a drink of what was on the counter, which I think happened to be whiskey, and mixed it with something, I don't know, downed the whole thing. And then about half an hour later, I remember looking in the mirror and feeling the room kind of floating around. But I wanted to be like the big people. I wanted to, they were laughing and having a great time. And I thought, hey, if all I got to do is drink this magic elixir and I'll be having a good time too. So, but it didn't really work out that way. I was sick, of course. Um, and throughout high school and, teenage years, we drank a lot. I joined the Navy after high school and college, and of course, drank a lot in college. And then in the Navy, that's kind of goes with that whole mystique of the rum toddy and all that sort of thing. So I spent a lot of years drinking a lot of alcohol. I never really got to the point where I thought I couldn't go without it. Um, but eventually and I tried that for a couple of weeks to see how it went. And I enjoyed it. And I think I went for about 103 days, something like that, from 1st of January to my birthday, which is on April 6th. So, and I felt good. My mind was clearer. I thought I didn't forget things as much, that sort of thing. I slowly had a few beers here and there, or a glass of wine. Then I decided I became vegan, and which I still am for 2 and 3/4 years now. I don't eat meat. I do have some dairy, cheese on a pizza, and that sort of thing. But by and large, I stay away from animal products and be mainly plant based. And this has helped me too. So probably for about a year, I didn't drink at all, except for the odd um, zero alcohol beer, just because, in the hot summer, or beer with a pizza sometimes goes really good. So you still had that taste, but you didn't get the alcohol. So unfortunately, I knew that my friends still were large consumers of alcohol. And we used to have a little club called the TDC Club. Um, well, we kind of called it TDC because it went with Totally Divorced Club, because two of us had already become divorced, followed by a third a little bit later. And also, we're car aficionados, and the TDC stands for Top Dead Center, of travel of a piston that goes up to this very top stroke before it comes back down again. That's called Top Dead Center. So TDC kind of went with both those things, cars and women, totally divorced. So now the guys want to start a club called I Love Alcohol Club. And they mentioned this on the trip, and I said, you know what? I want nothing to do with that club, because alcohol has ruined so many lives and killed so many people over the years, that I just don't want anything to do with that. Now, during this trip, it was very hard to not go ahead and and partake in the alcohol consumption. I still held it to a little bit of a minimum, where some of the guys might have, half a dozen or 10 beers. I'd probably have three or four. But there was at one point where we were staying, there was a well-stocked bar, so I did have some rum. Of course, rum being one of my favorites from the past, and I got into one of those stages where um, I was sitting down, but I had drank so much that my head was just swimming, and I couldn't even sit still. Like I was all over the room. My head was all over the room, kind of thing. So I got up and did what I used to do years ago when I felt like that, and just go outside and walk. And I walked around and walked around and walked around for about 45 minutes, finally getting some good air and feeling better. But that's one thing I kind of swore to myself that I would never get to that point again. So I was disappointed in myself, and I think now, being back and not drinking now for about another week and a half since I've come back, I just don't want to drink anymore. It's not fun. We're being lied to from society and from people that, like I mentioned earlier, when I was young and just wanted to, I could have a good time if I drank that stuff too. But it's not true. I mean, you don't have a good time. You slowly kill yourself. And the only reason that it's not that much of a concern is the killing of yourself is so slow that people just say, "Oh well, he drank too much," or whatever. It's not right. I mean, if you tried in today's day and age, it just discovered alcohol, it would never be allowed because it just kills people, destroys your organs, destroys your brain. After this 2 weeks of more drinking again, my head was in a fog. Well, actually, just to step back, after the first few drinks, I always had a headache. And now I know that it was because my body did not like the alcohol. It's saying, like, what are you doing, man? Like, get this shit out of you. But I continued to swallow the stuff. And of course, the headaches went away. And, we got drunk a number of times. So now that I'm back and not drinking again, my head was really foggy. I couldn't recall some people's names. I couldn't, you're always searching for that word. Oh, who is it? What was it? You're trying to put a sentence together and there's words that elude you. And I thought, man, that just 2 weeks of not even really hard drinking, but drinking more than what I was used to, has set my brain back again. And I just can't accept that. I just can't accept that. It's that behavior and thinking that you're cool and that you're, yeah, sure, it relaxes you and the social gathering, but it always goes too far anyway. Uh, it's not this cool little partner. It's this partner that kills you. And I I am not going to partake in it anymore. I think I'm a much better person when I haven't been drinking. And even though, in the past I was kind of one of those guys that would, perform a little bit at a get together or a party and act out, and people would laugh and all those things and say, "Oh, what a wild and crazy guy." So you kind of do it to entertain too. But I'm not going to do that anymore. So regardless of what my friends do, that's their choice. And the other thing I've realized is that although I love them dearly and I always want to continue our friendships, um, I can't hang around them that much because they still do those things. They still talk silly crap, and I'm trying to uh, do things with my life. I'm trying to help people become better versions of themselves. And if I'm regressing, then that I can't help you, right? So I'm trying to to become a better person. I'm trying to surround myself with people that I look up to, that I aspire to become like them, to become financially successful, to become somebody that helps others get to where they want to be in their lives. So that's my personal message today. Actually, I was just in the gym not too long ago here in our apartment building, small little gym, and worked up a sweat. I haven't even showered yet, actually. So I just wanted to send a quick message. Also, if you're having any issues with alcohol or drug addiction, a friend of mine named Kevin O'Hara has a YouTube site called Habits Unplugged, and he has put together great things to help folks realize what they're doing and keep them out of trouble once they decide to make the switch. So if you're having any issues, please visit his YouTube site, Habits Unplugged. I will leave a link down in the description of this as a YouTube video. Of course, if you're just listening to the audio, then go to Habits Unplugged on YouTube. His name is Kevin O'Hara. And also, to increase your financial and life success, I have a hypnosis right down below. It's called Mike's Financial and Life Success Hypnosis that has helped me become the person I am today, and has helped me realize some of the things I don't want as well as some of the things I do. It reprograms your subconscious mind through affirmations that is put to music that puts your mind into a theta state, which is the same state we were in from the ages of 0 to 6 or 7, when we were just watching everything going around us, and the mind is just recording everything. And that's why so much of our things that happened to us when we were young affect us when we were older, because we keep playing back those old tapes. Anyway, thank you so much for listening today and listening to my little bit of rant. But if you need help, contact Kevin or give me a shout, mike@mikearen.com, and I'll point you in the right direction. Thanks so much. Take care, and bye for now.